The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.
Now it's time for Community Conversations, sponsored by Community Conversations, LLC. Welcome to Community Conversations, a program that explores key topics relevant to the Tampa Bay community. Get involved in the conversation right now. In Tampa, call us at 813-636-8255. Outside the area, dial toll-free at 877-897-8255. Join your hosts, the trio, Dr. B. Lee Green from the Moffitt Cancer Center, Sean Dickerson, president of 100 Black Men of Tampa Bay, and Michael Dove, a community leader and entrepreneur in the Tampa area, also a member of 100 Black Men of Tampa Bay. Now join Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove for Community Conversations, where all conversations are on the table.
And we are back to Community Conversations with the trio, and Sean D's chair is empty.
But I hear a Lamborghini engine roaring outside.
Where in the world is so he's out?
He wanted to see that Lamborghini
at the
real.
Lamborghini.
He's at the Lamborghini.
So he is neglecting his duties as a radio show host. Out at the Lamborghini.
Dr. G, I don't know, you being a socialite and all that, I'm sure you've seen several Ferraris and Lamborghinis. There's probably one parked in your yard right now. But, some of us folks don't really get a chance to see, a $200,000 car that often. So we have to go see it. So I give him a break on that because it is beautiful. Me and my wife just went and checked it out, and I took pictures.
You got a picture of it?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I do. I have to share it to you.
Let me see a picture.
But to try to get back to work, because it was very exciting to see my friend Victor and to see him drive from Lamborghini. I just want to make sure I give two quick shout outs here.
Right.
I want Tampa Bay. It's already February. My birthday's at the end of January. It's actually what, Monday, honey? Monday. So I know when I see my birthday, we hit in February. I know January is gone already that fast. And so there's some things in February I want to give you a heads up on. My friends down at the Ybor City Tattoo Company in Ybor on 1730 East 7th Avenue. That's 1730 East 7th Avenue, the Ybor City Tattoo Company. Mark your calendars because on February 10th, Ybor City Tattoo Company will be hosting the biggest art show of the year. Over 30 artists from all over the country will be making contributions to this event. Whether you're an art aficionado, a tattoo enthusiast, or just a social butterfly, come out and join them to look and maybe even buy at an incredible collection of art, complete with drinks, music, and the people who embody the pulse of Ybor City. So definitely go check my friends out at Ybor City Tattoo Company at 1730 East 7th Avenue. That'll be on February 10th. And then I have to, I love my fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma, but we also have a sister fraternity, the Zeta Phi Beta, which my wife, I'm proud to say, is a member of. And on February 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., they have a community awareness event for human trafficking, Operation Don't Sell Our Bodies. So that's February 23rd, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., basically human trafficking. I wouldn't even thought that was an issue here locally in the area, but they said human trafficking is the second largest and fastest growing criminal industry in the world, victimizing millions of people and reaping billions in profit. And that's from humantrafficking.com. So that'll be at the Lee Davis Neighborhood Service Center on 3402 North 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. So that's the Lee Davis Neighborhood Service Center, 3402 North 22nd Street. That's February 23rd, a community awareness event about human trafficking, sponsored by the new Upsilon Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Okay, thank you for those announcements. Hopefully people will take a look at those and get a chance to go out and be supportive. So we just finished with an incredible interview with Victor Young. Obviously, the guy is doing some incredible things. And this show will probably go down as one of our premier shows to have Victor Young on the first hour. And now we're transitioning to another powerhouse of an individual. So,
yes,
like I said, go grab your mama, your daddy, your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your brother. Again, you don't want to miss
your neighbors.
Delatorro McNeal II, who's been transforming lives, the lives of people from all walks of life for over 15 years. He's internationally renowned professional speaker. And I think I said this in the opening, main man. He's in the top 7% of professional speakers, not in the country, in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Professional
Sitting
speakers.
right here.
As much as I like to talk, you mean to tell me you can get to top 7% just by talking?
Yes, sir.
Man, I need to work hard.
Oh, my goodness. He has delivered speeches all over the country, internationally. Over 3,000 presentations to major corporations. He's been on Fox News. You've been on Fox?
Fox
News, NBC.
And the Lion's Den.
BET.
Literally.
I mean, you name it, he's been all over the place. I'm sure he's done hundreds of radio interviews.
Yes, sir.
His name was even mentioned by the pastor in Houston.
Joel Osteen.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So... We are just fortunate to have you. Can we call you Del?
Absolutely.
I know that your folks who know you well call you Del. So we're so pleased to have you here. And we were fortunate to get him. I was kidding. But if we didn't get him booked today, it was going to be like 2015 before he was not quite 2015. But it was going to be a while because he is so busy. And guess who came back to their post?
Hey, why you smell like exhaust?
Right. Bucket seats.
If you check Twitter, you'll see it out there. So just get on Twitter; it'll be all out there for you.
We've got one of the top professional speakers in the country.
That's why
here.
I'm back here.
And
so
you're
I'm
looking
motivated. Now I
at
got my
Lamborghinis.
motivation. I need to know how to get there now. So.
Right.
All right.
See, that's what they say. What do they say, Del? You got to see your goals, see your vision.
Absolutely.
He went out there and touched it and sat it.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The more real you make it, the more powerful it becomes. Absolutely.
Right.
That was really real right there.
That was a real moment.
So I don't know if you had a chance to listen at the first hour, but something that Victor Young said. He said, you have to see yourself as a brand.
Absolutely.
And that seems to be the epitome of what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's so true. I believe that every single one of us have that obligation and responsibility. Whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, whatever your vision is, we're in January. And so everybody's talking about goals and vision and planning and New Year's and resolutions and all that stuff. And I think that at the end of the day, I love what Victor said. Victor and I are great buddies. We've done several events together. He'll be on day one. I'm on day two. We just came from an awesome event in Sarasota together. And it was incredible. So I love that man and what he's done and what he's doing. And I totally agree. At the end of the day, we all have to see ourselves as a brand. And when people ask me, okay, well, Del, what is my brand? Your brand is the aroma that you leave in the room when you exit.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Does it depend what I ate?
Come on, somebody. Right. Exactly. Right. Because see, we think your brand is a cute cliche or your logo and all that. And all that, those are important elements of branding. Your personal brand is what you leave behind for people to think about once you're gone.
Wow.
And I believe that that's powerful. So I think all of us coming into 2013, this new year, we really got to think about what is it that I really want to achieve? What do I want to accomplish? And how do I go about executing that profoundly? And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm excited. It's going to be crazy.
Okay. So goals. Everybody tries to set goals. What's the deal with goals? And one of the things that we also find is that people oftentimes don't get to those goals. There are a number of things that get in the way, and we just can't get to that goal. Why? Why is it so difficult?
I believe it's, studies say that 97% of Americans, do not have a written game plan for their success. Mm-hmm. And this is a tweet moment. This is a text moment. So if you aim at nothing, you're guaranteed to hit it every time. No. I'm going to say that again. If we aim at nothing in life, we're guaranteed to hit it every time. The problem is most people don't have a clear-cut vision of what they want. They know what they don't want. Mike, they have an idea of what they don't. I don't want to be in this job. I don't want to be with this person. I don't want to make this kind of money. But they haven't really defined what it is that they really want. What is a goal? A goal is simple. Write this down. A goal is a predetermined success point. That's it. 3 words, predetermined success point. It's that simple. A goal is a premeditated or thought of in advance place of arrival. What most people do, Doc, is that they actually hit something, paint the target around what they hit, and call that the goal. You know what I'm saying? I meant to stay in school 3 years longer than I should have, working on an AA degree. Come on, somebody. I mean, no, you didn't, right?
That sounds like Sean playing golf. He said, man, you saw that dog leg left I hit?
Right. I meant to do that, right. And so we just hit stuff randomly in life, paint a target around what we hit, and call that what we really wanted. And you can't do that. If you really want to make 2013, how many of y'all we've all known folks who said, I'm going to come into this year and this is going to be my year, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And then round about March, you're like, okay, this ain't my year. Right? It's like something happens and we kind of fall back. And the reason why we fall back is we haven't learned that we're human beings. We're creatures of habit. If you bring an old you into a new year, the only thing that changed was the calendar. I'm going to say that again.
Wow.
If you bring an old you into a new year, the only thing that changed was the calendar. So what I've realized is that people that are really successful, that are kicking butt and taking names, that are about it, that are making it happen, that are keeping it 100, those folks were in 2013 back in 2012. We were pre-planning. I love what Peter Drucker, he's the great change agent. He said this. He said the best way to predict your future is to create it. Wow. I think that's brilliant. Yeah. But so many times what we do, y'all, is we just let life happen to us and we're reactive instead of being proactive and acting on life. So what goals let you do is goals literally let you map out. The pen is in your hand every day. We all have a pen in our hand and we have the ability to craft our future with what we do in the present, in today. So goals give us the ability to take what we want, see it in the future, and write it down and say, hey, that's what I'm going after.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things I did not mention is that you are a best-selling author as well.
Yes, sir.
And the title of one of your books is called Caught Between a Dream and a Job. And when we come back,
have mercy,
we want you to touch a little bit because
that's a whole show right there.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe we can touch on that when we get back. So Tampa Bay, do not go away. We will be right back.
HD Dove Gourmet Catering, a professional catering company with personal service. They create homemade dishes with gourmet flair that tantalize your senses and seduce your soul. They will take your vision and transform it into a culinary masterpiece. Let them take you on a succulent adventure where your wildest imagination will be met with its mouth-watering, delicious equivalent. Call them at 1-800-347-2590 or visit them at hddovegourmetcatering.com. HD Dove Gourmet Catering, serving the Tampa Bay area.
Damani Bistro Lounge, everyone's favorite new neighbor in Seminole Heights. Winner of Best of the Bay's new fusion dessert on the corner of Florida Avenue and North Boulevard. Damani offers a 5-star dining experience at a low price in a casual atmosphere. Stop by Damani between the hours of 4 to 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 4 to 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Damani Bistro and Lounge, 6419 North Florida Avenue, Tampa.
Have you evaluated your current retirement savings? Whatever your income and however much debt you have, you can have a retirement strategy that works. I'm Brian K. Allen of Q Street Financial, and I live right here in Tampa Bay. If you have questions, please call me and ask. I'm happy to take your call and happy to provide free advice. You owe it to yourself to have a plan for the future. Call me now at 813-751-4849. I'm happy to help, and you really are listening to the same voice you'll hear when you call. That's 813-751-4849. Or visit my website at qstreetfs.com.
Cruise and Catch Excursions specializes in providing unique and unforgettable experiences on the pristine waters of Tampa Bay. Clients have enjoyed such excursions as fishing trips, special celebrations, and the ever-popular romantic sunset cruise for two. Your excursion options are only limited by your imagination. Book yours today by calling 813-597-9882. That's 813-597-9882. Or book online at cruiseandcatchexcursions.com.
Now more with Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove. Community Conversations on 1250 Wins, WHNZ.
And we are back to Community Conversations, and I am just chuckling because I'm looking at the tweet that Sean just sent out with him sitting in the black Lamborghini.
Yeah. That is a sweet ride.
That is sweet.
With the top down.
Look at that.
That's gorgeous right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. So now he has
I got my goal.
Now he has a new goal.
There you go. But you know what, Sean? I mean, that's actually profound because that's one of the principles that we got to talk about for 2 seconds is the importance of what I call making your goals real. If you really want to take your goals and dreams to that next dimension, in addition to writing them down, you have to actually do whatever it takes. I tell people, whatever house you want, go run up in front of somebody else's house. Make sure they're not home. And take a picture with you in front of that house because our brains love imagery. Mm-hmm. As soon as you can connect an image with whatever your goals are, it takes it to a whole nother level. So if you want that new car, go sit in the car that you want, even if your credit's a little jacked up. Come on, sit in it, take a picture with it, put it on your screensaver. I remember when I first started speaking, I had pictures up of all the people that I wanted to one day be like. The Les Browns of the world, the Zig Ziglars, the Stephen Coveys. I had picture of myself and all those other people along with their fee and where my fee was. And I truly have watched over the years as I've not only had a chance to meet these people, share the stage with them, but they literally have become mentors and now personal friends of mine in this industry. So visualization is absolutely powerful. And if the more we can learn to visualize our goal and see it, because the powerful thing is your brain can't decipher the difference between whether you visualize it or whether you really experience it. So I think it's really powerful if we can put that visualization with our goal and then take it a step further, right? And then actually start taking the steps. Sean said, I don't want to just see a picture of a Lamborghini. I want to sit in that thing. Come on, somebody. So how can we all, as it relates to your goals for 2013, how do you get as close to what it is that you want as humanly possible and really put yourself in the environment of the dream?
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. But you say the first person you said that was a mentor, Les
Brown.
Oh, yeah. Member Phi Beta Sigma.
I love working it in.
Yeah.
Working it
profoundly. Isn't that powerful?
And you mentioned also Zig Ziglar, who I have listened to for so many years, and we're unfortunately lost him this year. So I would imagine a mentor as well.
Tremendous mentor.
Yeah.
We lost two of my mentors last year, Dr. Covey and Zig Ziglar.
That's right. That's right.
So man, heartbreaking. Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us about this new book, Caught Between a Dream and a Job.
Man, y'all got to have a brother back. We got it. I'm trying to tell you, we just need to do a whole workshop weekend on that.
Well, it ain't our schedule. It's your schedule. That's the problem.
Don't put that out there. You know, Caught Between a Dream and a Job is a book that I literally lived out. It's based on a whole premise that says this: most people are caught between their paycheck and their promise, their destiny and their daily routine, what they do to pay the bills versus what they really want to do to make a living. You know, the difference between making your living versus living your making. Most people get up every day, and unfortunately, most people go and do a job that they dislike while they have a dream. And 90% of the time when I talk to folks, they tell me this. When I tell them what it is that I do, I say, what do you do? And they say, Del, I do this, but I really want to do that. Caught Between a Dream and a Job is a book that I wrote in 2008, came out in 2008, and it has literally gone around the world, transforming people's lives, where I teach people how to shift out of what you don't want to do for a living into what you really dream of doing with your life. And I'm different because I'm not the kind of cat that says, hey, whatever your dream is, just believe enough in it and go quit your job tomorrow and go make it happen. I think that's suicide, right? I believe that there's a strategy that you got to have. If your job is here and your dream is here, you need a bridge to get from one to the other. That bridge is what I call a dream job, which is a brief occupational opportunity that puts you in the environment of your dream, and it pays you a salary to practice your dream skills on another organization while you get a chance to make a check, take care of your family, take care of your responsibilities. And then on nights, weekends, and lunch breaks, I'm going to say it again, nights, weekends, and lunch breaks. Last time, nights, weekends, and lunch breaks, you build your dream on the side until your dream can grow up and be as big as the job that you were just in. And then you strategically shift into your dream or your side hustle or whatever it is that you want to do full time. But here's the problem. Most people don't want their dream job on the side to grow up big enough before they're willing to step out. You see what I'm saying? And here's another problem. Focus. I see this all the time. People say, oh, I have a dream. I have a passion. I say, how much time are you dedicating towards it? Most people aren't willing to dedicate the time. It blows my mind because I've never seen a tree come out of the ground with multiple trunks. But what we do is we join this organization. If this not paying fast enough, we'll switch and join that. If that one's not doing enough, we'll switch and join something else. And we keep changing because we're like a cat. As soon as you put something in front of us that looks interesting or looks like it's going to monetize, we jump in front of that, and that. And we got to learn how to be like a stamp. Stick to one thing until it delivers. The reason why I'm in a position where I'm at now in my career is because I stuck with speaking when I was making nothing, when I was speaking for chicken dinners and fish dinners, and when people in the community didn't take me seriously. They thought I was a little Tory who grew up here. You know, I stuck with speaking when I wasn't monetizing it. I stuck with it because it was what my dream was. Doc, the reason why you are where you are is because you stuck with healthcare. You stuck with your field. You stuck with cancer research. At the end of the day, all of us are doing what we're doing now because we were willing to stick with it, whether it was profiting or not, because we learned that money is only one paycheck. Zig Ziglar, my mentor, taught me this. He said, always work harder, do more than you're paid to do. Because if you do more than you're paid to do, the day will come you're paid more for what you do. He said, always outperform your paycheck. And I'm going to tell every one of you all who is listening right now, outperform your paycheck. Do more than what's expected to you. Over deliver. That should be a part of everybody's personal brand. over-deliver. Victor talked about it. The importance of over-delivering, doing above and beyond. At the end of the day, the average just isn't good enough anymore. Average is like a D- nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants average. People want excellence, and they're willing to pay for excellence. So if you want to be paid, define and decide what it is that you really want to stick to. Whether it's making money or not, decide what you really want to stick to and really pursue that. Dr. King was willing to march whether nobody marched with him.
Right.
And because he had that kind of conviction and determination, everybody followed him. Bernice King is a great friend of mine. She's a personal friend of mine. And she said, Del, one thing I want you to tell every audience is this. My dad's legacy was about continuing to raise the standard. Wow. And I think if all of us can learn how to consistently raise the standard in our lives and raise the standard within our own selves interpersonally, because you can't lead an army of many until you start by leading an army of one. Starts with us individually. The more we lead ourselves well, we can lead others well. Absolutely. And I think the more we do that, we can take it to that next level.
I would encourage our listeners to take notes. But
that's why we've been quiet.
Tweet it out there. I'm tweeting it out there right now. So if you ain't taking notes, go to the CC Trio Twitter. You'll see it all.
So we're trying to focus and take notes and do it. And Sean is tweeting the stuff out. But I would also encourage our listeners to go to www.delatorro.com. DELATORRO.com.
Absolutely.
And you can learn a whole lot more than we're able to get into this interview. But one of the things you'll notice when you go to his website, there's a very nicely done video about Delatorro. And I have to ask you about the ninja strategy.
And the Matrix.
Oh, my goodness.
You got to check this out.
You know, the Matrix moment is it's an actual experience that I do with my audiences because I speak to corporations, major conventions, associations, leadership conferences, churches, civic organizations, and one of the things that I'm big into paradigm shifts. You guys can probably tell I'm very metaphoric in my delivery, and I'm big into paradigm shifts because I believe if I can change your thinking, I can change your life. Mm-hmm. So the Matrix moment, if y'all remember Matrix when Neo was on top of the roof and the agents were shooting at a brother, right? Mm-hmm. He did that slow motion thing to dodge the bullets. Well, I believe every single day, bullets of ignorance are always being shot at us. Bullets of misinformation are constantly being shot at us all the time. So in my audiences, when I give people a paradigm shifting concept, we do the Matrix together and they have to say, I got it. And then they clap it up because they just dodged a bullet of ignorance and they got the principle that I just shared with them, which is a nugget of excellence and wisdom and truth. And they dodged that bullet, so they're still alive, and it's crazy. And I started doing it in small seminars, and it's become a worldwide phenomenon. So people kind of call me the Matrix Moment Motivator. It's crazy. We have a great time with it.
Wow.
So on that video, you'll see a bunch of different audiences doing the Matrix. It's crazy.
and that's the one thing that I noticed. Just listening to you, watching you is fun. It just seems like you're having a heck of a lot of fun.
I read a quote a long time ago. It said, "The master in the art of living makes little distinction between his work and his play, his labor and his leisure, his mind and his body, his education and his religion. He hardly knows which one is which. He just pursues his vision of excellence, leaving others to decide whether he's working or playing, because to him, he's always doing both."
Wow. Do you still have a few more minutes? Can you hang out there for a few more?
I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
All right.
I'm with the trio. Come on, somebody.
There you go.
Come on, somebody.
Recognize.
What do you say now? Come on, somebody.
You got Lamborghinis outside.
We've got more with Dale, so do not go away. We'll be back.
Now more with Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove. Community Conversations on 1250 Wins WHNZ.
And we are back to Community Conversations with the trio, Dr. G, Sean D, and my main man Michael Dove. And we are just so pleased to have with us Delatorro McNeal II, one of the top professional speakers in the world, in the top 7%. What a pleasure to have you here. And
it's a joy.
We cannot even keep up. We're writing and tweeting and
you got the website up, you got the Twitter up. We don't even. We can barely do the show.
right. I'm just so he's been working for corporations, businesses, professional associations, leadership conferences, colleges, universities, governmental organizations, sports pro teams.
Yes, sir.
Can you go work with the LA Lakers? They really need your help.
I would love to be
I was
invited.
wondering how that was going to work in today. I knew that was coming.
There's only a couple players you need to talk to.
Just one or two, right?
Yeah, they really could use some motivation right now. But,
you know what's real funny is that this whole notion of motivation. Let's discuss that for 2 seconds. People say, "Oh man, you speak, you're a motivational speaker, whatever." Motivation wears off. I say, so does bathing. So does makeup, so does mascara, deodorant, toothpaste, cologne. Everything that we put on every day wears off at the end of the day. That's why you have to apply it daily. If you really want to be successful, you want to take it to that next level in 2013 and beyond, you have to really shift your mind and understand that mindset management is a daily thing. What we do is we tend to wait for Sunday, the inspiration from the pastor, or we wait for, our favorite song to come on the radio, and we let life program our minds. Instead of us consistently, proactively programming our mind. I guarantee you, when you talk to peak performers, when you talk to platinum performers, which is what I do for a living, people that are kicking butt and taking names, they listen to positive information, positive material that programs their mind for success. You want to achieve your goals faster? Listen to something positive. The first 20 minutes of every day, you'll increase your productivity by 35%. Just by listening to something positive. Our brain is just like a radio station. Whatever frequency you tune it to is what comes out. If you tune your mind, if I tune my radio right now to R&B music comes out. Country music comes out. If you tune your mind to negativity, negative things consistently happen in your day. Have you ever noticed that if your day starts off bad and you continue to focus on how bad it started, it continues to kind of downward spiral, right? You kind of notice that? But as soon as you put your mind in a positive mental state, even if something negative happens, it's like a blip on the radar screen. You kind of get right back to where you were originally. One of the things that I help people with is learning how to have that mindset of excellence and really make it a choice. The average person after college barely reads one book a year. But the average business leader, entrepreneur, CEO in America is reading one book a month. Readers are leaders. We have to focus on the importance of literacy and reading and educating ourselves, because the more you educate, the more you know, the more you have to work with. We've heard that knowledge is power. That's really not true. That's this is kind of those cornerstones of my career in the beginning. It doesn't matter what you know. It really only matters what you apply of what you know. Right. Applied knowledge is what's really power in our lives. So the more we can go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Because that's what I was about to say. That's one of the things I say. That whole, it's just not knowledge is power. But if you do nothing with it, there's a lot of people with knowledge, but they didn't do anything with it at all. So what's the point of it?
What? Now you're killing my paradigm. I read all those books, and I just tell you I wrote them.
I got it.
You know I got to use all the information.
Right. You got to actually, if you think about it like this, every bookstore in America is filled, even Amazon, filled with books teaching us how to be skinny, rich, and happy. So if knowledge alone was power, everybody'd be skinny, rich, and happy. How come we're not, right? Because it's not about the knowledge or the information. It's about the execution. So get rid of New Year's resolutions and start doing New Year's execution.
Oh, man.
What action?
That was slow it down.
Get rid of New Year's resolutions and start focusing on New Year's execution. What are you going to do? More powerful question, who are you willing to become in order to achieve your goal? Because you're not going to be able to stay the same person and achieve a new goal. Goals mandate that you change in order to achieve them. I've written books. I tell authors, one of the things that I do is I mentor aspiring speakers and authors. I have a program that I do called Live Your Speaking Dreams, and people can learn more about it at www.liveyourspeakingdreams.com. And I have a boot camp coming up in March. And I work.
Where's that at? Real quick.
It's here in Tampa. And it's an intimate boutique style boot camp that I do where I teach everything I've learned over 15 years in 3 days. And so I've actually helped build some of the most powerful brands that are out there in the speaking space now. I've been mentoring speakers for years, authors, people who want to write books and publish, etc. And one of the things that I tell new authors is I say, a book is going to work harder on you than you will on the book.
Say that again.
Yeah. A book or a goal is going to work harder on you than you will on the goal.
Really?
It works harder on you. Think about it like this. If you say, okay, I'm gonna write this book, okay, to help empower women to have more self-esteem. Okay, Hope, let's say that's the book you want to write. As you start writing that book, everything that God's going to extract out of you about your own life and personal story is going to work more on you than you will on typing out them chapters. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're getting your greatness out and when you're birthing what God has put on the inside of you, that's a process. And so a goal, think about it. If you say, okay, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. All right, you just set the goal. Now that goal is going to work harder on you. Come on, somebody. Than you will on the, it's just the way it works. So the more we can learn the power of what goals are really trying to do in our lives, the more we can take it to that next level.
Wow.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing.
Wow.
Now, real quick, I've heard of things like where you set these intermediate goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or even a better question. Let's say you make that goal. I'm going to drive a Lamborghini. So when Sean D leaves Victor Young's dealership and he's driving in the Lamborghini, he's driving back from Sarasota.
Right.
Because he doesn't live in Sarasota.
Right.
What does he do now?
Well, see, I tell people all the time, you have to fall in love with the process. So many of us are so caught up in achieving the goal that we forget about the growth that happens along the way. Okay. That's why my other mentor, Dr. John Maxwell, says that growth is more important than goals, because you can achieve a goal but not achieve the growth necessary to maintain what you attained. Okay. So people do it every year. People win the lottery, go from rags to riches, but they can't stay at riches because they didn't have a chance for their financial acumen to grow to a level where they could sustain that level of wealth. Does that make sense? Money only makes us more of what we already are. If you're bad with $5, you'll be worse with $5 million. So it's a multiplier, right? You feel? So we have to focus on growth, and that's really important. And you were talking about the steps to achieving the goal, right? So what I would say is there's 3 different types of goals: long-term goals, short-term goals, and what I like to call right now goals, or DNA goals. DNA stands for daily natural action. What are you willing to do every day? If you want a ninja strategy for achieving your goals, take a piece of your goal and fit it into your daily routine. Dr. Mike Murdock says something that I love and I live by. He said the secret to your success or failure is hidden in what you do daily. If you find successful people and you ask them what they do on a daily basis, you'll find they have a success habit. They have a routine or ritual that they do every day that leads them to that level of success. If you ask someone who's really astute, ask them how often they read. They'll tell you probably every day. If you see somebody who's fit, biceps, triceps, you ask them how often they work out every day. You ask a kid who's good at Xbox or PlayStation, how often do you play? Every day. The secret to your success or failure, someone who's astute in the Word of God, how often do you study Scripture? Every day. People that are really doing it at that next level have found a way to incorporate their goals into their daily routine.
I like that because my wife goal is catering. So, baby, you mean you got to cook every day? Just kidding, honey. Just kidding.
He's a bold man, right?
Right. And can I give you one more that's really powerful? Execute first, feel second. Write that down. Execute first, feel second. And this is huge. If you're listening, please hear your boy Delatorro out. I'm your big brother from another mother. Listen to me on this one. We so often wait, Doc, for the motivation to hit us before we execute. And then if we say, okay, well, why didn't you execute? Well, I didn't feel like it. That's the excuse. That's the number one excuse we give. I didn't feel like working out. I didn't feel like doing this. I didn't feel like researching. I didn't feel like reading. I didn't feel like, and most people don't feel like it. But here's the thing. This world is run by people who don't feel like it. Do you think Oprah feels like being on television every time she's on television? No. Do you think Denzel always feels like acting? Do you think Mel Gibson always feels like coming up with new film ideas? Do you think Bill Gates always feels like talking about technology? Do you think Zuckerberg always feels like doing something with Facebook? No. This world is run by people who, do you think Barack always feels like being in the White House? Of course. Come on, somebody.
No, I doubt that.
Right? Exactly, right? My point is, this world is run by people who don't feel like it. So let's rewind that notion. If I can learn how to execute first and feel second, then we can do something that John Maxwell teaches, which is this. Motivation is not only the cause of action, but it's the result of it. Have you ever gotten up in the morning, you didn't really feel like walking, but you knew you needed to go and get your morning walk in? And as soon as you start walking and exercising, then the feeling hits you like you want to do it, you know? And if we can just learn how to push past, I don't feel like it, and execute first, all of a sudden the desire to want to do it will kick in. Sometimes parents are busy. You're married and you don't feel like going out on date night because there's got a lot of stuff you got to do, right? But as soon as you get out on the date night, right, and you get out in front of other couples and you order your food, and all of a sudden now you feel like being in love. You feel like spending that quality time. You feel like investing in the marriage and the relationship. You got to learn how to execute first and then feel second, and the feeling will come along.
Wow.
That right there, if you just do that, your year will be 10 times better.
Well, we got church in here today. Church.
Hey, I feel like
this is education, baby.
Before he leaves, he's going to ask us for a check. You need to pay for this. We're getting so much good stuff.
Church.
Be like, that'll be, I don't even know what.
Don't want to quote the fee.
Oh, you know how much stuff we're getting for free right now? Our listeners?
Absolutely,
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. You got to do something with it.
There you go.
Absolutely.
It's not just capturing it. Do something.
Yeah. And Michael, one of the things that I created last year, people can go to thrivingthroughyourstorms.com. I created a course, Doc, to help people what do you do when you're working towards your goal, but then life happens? And we can all admit that the last 3 to 5 years have been character building.
Yes.
Let's just say that.
Amen.
And storms. I'm not talking about stub your toe stuff. I'm talking about lost your house kind of stuff. I'm talking about, went through a divorce kind of stuff. I'm talking about life happens and you lose friends and you go through tough stuff. So I created a course to help people through adversity. And if you're listening and you haven't had a chance to check out my program, you can get it on Delatorro.com. It's right there on the homepage. It's called Thriving Through Your Storms. It's a 2-disc audio program. If you scroll down towards the bottom of the homepage on the right-hand side, you'll see it. It's called Thriving Through Your Storms. It's a 2-disc audio coaching program, and there are 10 tracks on 2 CDs. It's 2 hours. It will save you hours of counseling with your pastor, hours of time with a therapist and a psychologist. I've studied psychology, neurolinguistic programming, philosophy, the Word of God, everything. And I really have put together this program to help people make it through and better process difficult times and tough times and challenging times. And so that program is designed to help people really make it through when life has handed them a series of cards that they didn't like or anticipate or expect. It's absolutely powerful. It's been changed. I can't keep that particular program in stock. Every event that I go to, it sells out in 5 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
Thriving through your storms.
Hey, I'm looking at my producer, Gordon. How much time we got, Gordon? Because I have a... Gordon over there like, is it Dale's radio show? The trio radio?
The quartet up in here. The quartet.
Bring it on.
Oh, my goodness.
He like, I'm just going to forget the commercials. I'm just going to let it run.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stop the brother. No. Can I do that one more question? We're going to go ahead and...
So we just going to take him out to the rest of the show. I don't care. We had a schedule, but we throwing that out the door.
Guys. I'm
so,
sorry.
Gordon, take us away. We'll be back.
We'll be right back with Dale.
HD Dove Gourmet Catering, a professional catering company with personal service. They create homemade dishes with gourmet flair that tantalize your senses and seduce your soul. They will take your vision and transform it into a culinary masterpiece. Let them take you on a succulent adventure where your wildest imagination will be met with its mouth-watering, delicious equivalent. Call them at 1-800-347-2590 or visit them at hddovegourmetcatering.com. HD Dove Gourmet Catering, serving the Tampa Bay area.
Damani Bistro Lounge, everyone's favorite new neighbor in Seminole Heights. Winner of Best of the Bay's new fusion dessert on the corner of Florida Avenue and North Boulevard. Damani offers a 5-star dining experience at a low price in a casual atmosphere. Stop by Damani between the hours of 4 to 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 4 to 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Damani Bistro and Lounge, 6419 North Florida Avenue, Tampa.
Have you evaluated your current retirement savings? Whatever your income and however much debt you have, you can have a retirement strategy that works. I'm Brian K. Allen of Q Street Financial, and I live right here in Tampa Bay. If you have questions, please call me and ask. I'm happy to take your call and happy to provide free advice. You owe it to yourself to have a plan for the future. Call me now at 813-751-4849. I'm happy to help, and you really are listening to the same voice you'll hear when you call. That's 813-751-4849. Or visit my website at qstreetfs.com.
Cruise and Catch Excursions specializes in providing unique and unforgettable experiences on the pristine waters of Tampa Bay. Clients have enjoyed such excursions as fishing trips, special celebrations, and the ever-popular romantic sunset cruise for 2. Your excursion options are only limited by your imagination. Book yours today by calling 813-597-9882. That's 813-597-9882. Or book online at cruiseandcatchexcursions.com.
Now more with Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove. Community Conversations on 1250 Wins, WHNZ.
And we are back. Community Conversations with the trio, Dr. G, Sean D, main man Michael Dove, and we adding another member to the trio, Delatorro McNeal, the second, one of the top speakers in the country, in the top 7%. I have to keep mentioning that. Just to show you the level of person that we have in the studio with us. And we were saying that we may have to pull out our checkbooks and write him a check. He's giving us so much free information.
No, the Clear Channel need to come up with something.
Yeah, come on. I'm ready. I'm ready for a show. Come on, somebody.
I'm serious.
Actually, we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
Sean D already drawing up contracts.
I love it. Let's make
we keep it moving forward. Execution, man.
There you go.
So one thing we have not touched on a whole lot, I want you to take a few minutes to talk about rewards.
Yeah.
What about rewards, and what role do rewards play in achieving our goals?
Well, one of the things, Dr. Lee, that I just want to say real quick that you've mentioned before we get into the rewards, which is huge, is you mentioned the CSP, the Certified Speaking Professional designation, and that's the designation that I earned last year that has put me in the top 7% of paid professional speakers worldwide. I earned that designation 10 years before my peers. I earned it at the age of 34, and most of my peers who win that award within the National Speakers Association don't earn it until they're at least 45. It takes 5 years to earn it. You have to have over $1 million in revenue in your business over a 10-year period to earn it, and they do a blind assessment of all your clients over a 5-year period, and they have those results come back in. And out of 10, we got a 9.98. Wow. And so I'm really, really honored. And it's a goal. It was a goal that I had, and it took me really working on the ninja strategies that we're going to talk about in a second to help me achieve that goal so much faster than a lot of my peers in the industry. So I really appreciate you mentioning that, because that's a big deal. I mean, that's not just marketing language. It took a lot of work, and it took a lot of persevering through difficult times. Because I'll say this to everybody that's on the show that's listening to the show right now. Some of your best ideas are going to come out in some of the worst times in your life. I got chill bumps. It's just true. Some of the most profound things that are going to happen in your life are going to come as you go through difficult stuff in life. And if we can learn how to do what one of my mentors says, not waste a crisis. If you're in a crisis, there's a reason. And if you can learn to not waste your crisis, not waste that adverse situation, think about it. Human beings are just like tea bags. You don't see what we're made of till you put us in hot water, right? It takes those tough situations to really see who we are inside. So if we learn to not waste a crisis and really leverage it and maximize it and learn how to ask ourselves better questions when we go through challenging situations, we'll get better answers, and those answers will help us to become more successful. I really, truly believe that. So let's talk real quick about this whole notion of those rewards. What helped me achieve the goal, whether it's CSP or a best-selling author or any of the things that God has blessed us to achieve, was I learned how to start putting wow rewards on the other side of my goals. Everybody says, okay, what do I want? Okay, you want what Sean D did is the Lamborghini is the reward, right? Okay, that's the reward. So, okay, I will get a Lamborghini once I have achieved this goal. So he has created a wow reward for himself. That's wow. What most adults do, because most adults are bad at setting wow rewards. We suck at it, to be honest with you. And this is exactly what I tell people in live events. Most adults are horrible at setting wow rewards. If you tell a 5-year-old kid, if you do great in school this year, I'm going to send you to Disney for the whole summer for their summer Disney camp. What is that kid? They go crazy, right? And they remind you every day. You promise me if I do good, right? Your kid will remind you. Kids are the best salespeople in the world. They are persistent and they know how to ask. Come on, somebody. So kids know how to have wow rewards. When we become adults, listen and write this down. Profound moment. This is free coaching. We replace rewards with responsibilities. And unfortunately, a responsibility does not pull you towards it. Here's what we say. If I achieve this goal, I can pay off debt. If I achieve this goal, I can finally buy something else, which unfortunately 9 times out of 10 puts us in more debt. Right. Hello, right? And so what we consistently do is, instead of giving ourselves a reward, we give ourselves a responsibility for achieving the goal, and then we wonder why we're not motivated to finish the goal. You don't finish because you don't have a wow reward on the other side. So if wow is Disney to a kid, what is wow for you? And for every goal that you have in your life, I double dog dare you to put a wow reward on the other side of it. One of the things that I've learned how to do is not only with my long-term goals, but also with my short-term goals. I mean, I tell people all the time, throw your own party. You know what I'm saying? When you go home or as you're driving home, where you are right, stop by the party store, get yourself some confetti, throw it there, and learn how to walk through your own celebration. Come on, somebody.
Okay.
Because you got to celebrate the process. Because the truth is, there's no there.
Uh-oh.
Well, what does that mean? If you're so eaten up with the drive to get there, the unfortunate thing is by the time you get there, there's no there.
Wow.
You've already arrived. And most people have mastered the art of achievement. What they don't know how to do is master the art of fulfillment. So we can get a goal, and how many of y'all, we've all achieved something, right? And then you got it, and you're like, is this all there is to it?
Yes.
I don't care if it's a nice car, a gated community, a 4,500 square foot house. It doesn't matter. You get it, and you're like, once you get used to it, it no longer is a driving force in your life. That's why I tell people all the time that you really don't want more money. And they're like, what? And I say, no, because money is really a poor motivator. Because according to Parkinson's law, as soon as expenses rise to meet income, you're no longer motivated by money.
Yep.
You're motivated by the fear of the bills that won't get paid if you don't earn the money.
Sean, did you get that?
There's no there. I am glad this is being a podcast, so I can go back and
look into it, right?
On cctrio.com,
no
the cctrio.com, there will be podcasts.
It's powerful. So we have to fall in love with the process, and we got to be cool with the process of achieving as well as achieving.
So we're getting ready to run out of time, unfortunately. Ninja strategies, quick.
Number one, find a mentor. If you want to achieve your goal exponentially, you got to have mentors in your life. People who have been down the road you're trying to go. People who've been down, who've done what it is that you want to do. So many times we tell our goals to people who can't help us. I tell people all the time, shut up. Don't tell your precious goals and dreams to the wrong people. We'll announce stuff on social media. Oh, I think I'm going to do this. Wow, really? You done told the world and you haven't even started working on it yet. And sometimes we invite Goliaths to come in our life because we announce our goals and dreams to the wrong people. The only people that need to know about your goals are people that can help you pull them off. So you need to find a mentor, someone who's been down the road that you're trying to go and that really can help you pull it off. Another ninja strategy, experiences, okay? Look at what Sean D did. He said, okay, if a Lamborghini is in my future, I need to go sit in one. Next thing he's going to do is he's going to go to a car show where he's immersed around the thing that he ultimately wants. Does that make sense? Whatever you want in your life, find a way to go to a conference or go to an experience or a seminar or a workshop or a boot camp or something where you're immersed in it. When I wanted to become a speaker, I went to the National Speakers Association convention. I didn't have no money to go to that convention. It was in Orlando. Guess what I did? I drove down there flat broke and walked the lobby. I wasn't registered. A brother didn't have a badge. I didn't have a lanyard. I didn't have nothing. But I had a passion and I had a dream. So I walked the lobby and I met Stedman Graham, Zig Ziglar. I met Mark Victor Hansen, Jack Canfield. Just walking the lobby.
Wow.
Les Brown. And I told him who I was and what I wanted to do. And that was the beginning of that relationship. And that was over 12 years ago.
Wow.
So how much do you want it? And what experience are you willing to put with it to make sure you pull it off?
What other ninja strategies? Gordon looking at the button.
One more ninja strategy is enjoy the journey. Make it fun. If you can't make your goal fun, you're not going to achieve it. You got to find a way to smile. You got to find a way. And here's a great way to make it fun. Do it with other people. Find a few other folks that have the same drive and passion and excitement about that specific goal, and y'all achieve the goal together. I do coaching. I coach people, and I coach people in groups because that synergy of working on a goal together is 10 times more powerful than that person doing it on their own.
So that's the only reason you want me to do my PhD application. So I can sit in the library with you.
Somebody. Absolutely. There you go. Absolutely. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. Said just turn the corner. You just fell out.
Oh, my goodness.
We got to have him back. I don't care. 2015, whenever he's back in town, we got to get him back, man. This is incredible. But
Delatorro
don't just
McNeal.
wait for it to come here, folks. If you out there and you see that he's in your area, definitely get on his website, Delatorro.com, and check him out as he's all over the place speaking. So definitely get on and be a part of that because we just doing a 30 minutes of your time right now. Right. So there's more nuggets to be had. And,
absolutely,
and definitely we appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely,
this
is a joy.
Has been great. So,
this is a tremendous joy for me.
And you're always welcome back.
Thank
no
you.
doubt about it.
Thank you.
Right.
So
it's a requirement. It's not that's not a request.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Done deal.
And I would absolutely encourage people to go to your website because there are so many other resources that you don't even get a chance to mention. There's
yes, sir.
one thing, guys, that he has available. Young Black Profound and College Bound.
I was checking that out.
A mentorship program for young black males.
Yes.
And we have talked about the plight of young black males a lot on this show. Mm-hmm. So I would encourage people to go out and check that out. Man, we are out of time. I cannot believe it. Gordon, we're out of time? Gordon's like,
turn up the music.
Oh, my God.
He's
He
like,
gave
you
us
got
a
10
countdown
seconds.
like we're about to launch a missile.
Right.
Delatorro, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
A true joy and honor. Thank you so much for the invitation.
All right, we're out.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the preceding program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.